never lost the magic numbers, and the magic number is 104.9.
Oh.
XFM. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Right, 2 more shows. Till we're off air for, I don't know how long.
Is that 2 more including this one?
Yeah, no.
2 more after
yeah, no, it's this is one, and then there's another one.
Right, 2
and
more
that's
shows.
the last one, there's
Okay,
2 more shows, yeah.
Including this one.
We're starting now.
Starting now.
If I'd have said this at the end, it might have been ambiguous,
That was
but I've
why
said
I
it at the
was
beginning, there's 2 hours, that's a whole show,
Right.
so there's 2 more shows.
2 more shows including this one?
Yes, well
Okay.
obviously.
So 1 more show after
It's
this
only
one.
1:05.
After this show, 1 more.
Yeah, one more, yeah.
Next week there's 1 more show, that makes 2 altogether.
Oh no, it's only 1 more show, good night.
Okay.
Now, it better be a good one, Karl. Have we got, Rockbusters?
Yeah.
To win those prizes? Check. Have we got Monkey News?
Check.
Is it a real Monkey News, or is it something that's
is.
slightly made up
Always
that
is.
you... What?
Always is. Check.
Okay, Knob News?
Yeah, we've got a bit of knob news, yeah.
I'm worried that Knob News, because it's only about penises, is a little bit sexist. Have we got any fanny facts? Can we sort that out for next week? I don't want to alienate our female audience.
Welcome to Minge London. Good, I'm glad that's that. Well, brilliant. We've got a song with a story?
Yeah, doing that.
What is it?
I don't want to sort of tell you what it is yet, because
Right.
the song isn't that great, do you know what I mean? It's
good.
not a song
Good.
that's like an XFM song, but every time I hear it on, say, like, Magic or whatever,
Yeah.
I have an argument.
105.4.
Yeah, I have an argument with Suzanne that, you know, what I think it's about, and she says, don't be stupid, it's not about that, and I'll say, no, it is.
And so we're gonna decide who's right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what song you're talking about, and I don't know what the argument is, but Suzanne's right.
Definitely.
No
Well,
doubt about it.
We'll have a listen, but I'm hoping that once people sort of listen to it again with my thoughts, every time
Well,
I
this
hear it,
song sums up what people should think of you. It's don't believe a word. Alright? That's the sort of links I'm capable of.
If that doesn't bag us as Sony, then nothing will.
Thin Lizzy, don't believe a word on XFM 104.9. I'm gonna miss this show. It's been good.
You might be the only one.
No, well, you know, so we'll come back again. We've got a lot to do over the next few months, but maybe for Christmas or just after. But I still call Karl every day anyway.
Oh, sure.
I called him, a couple of days ago.
Of course you do.
And I went, it was the weekend, I went, what are you doing? He went, oh, just in Regent's Park and that. I went, what are you doing? He said, just going for, he went, oh, Jesus. I went, what? He went, a caterpillar just fell out of the sky. I went, what? He went, a caterpillar just fell out of the sky. God, it's there, it's wriggling around. I went, sure a bird didn't just drop it. He looked at it and went, oh yeah. There's a bird.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
For a moment he thought caterpillars were raining from the sky.
I thought I was in Chicken Licking.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Why did you think a caterpillar had fallen out of the
I
sky?
don't know, it just startled me a bit.
I love Karl being
I like the idea of him straight on the phone to Trevor McDonald. Look, Trevor, there's caterpillars, insects falling out of the sky. They're falling out of the sky now. Put it on the news, quick. You sure there wasn't a bird? Oh, there was a bird. Yeah, sorry, Trev. Bye.
But it was after, like, I hung up the phone and that from you, I sort of, sat there for a bit watching it.
I imagine him cross-legged, just in front of it.
But do you know
On the
what?
grass.
Because of his shape, the shape of his head, and his sort of IQ, I bet the caterpillar was thinking, Mama.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Go on.
And, it was sort of running about all over the place, right, Steve? So caterpillars have loads of feet and that, don't they?
Well, they have 6 legs. They're actually larvae of an insect. They have 6 legs, but they have little sucker things to hold on to the back of cabbages and that.
No, they've got more than that.
They've
It's
got.
like-
I'll tell you, they've got 6 true legs. Trust me. Trust me, I'm a scientist.
And you were thinking what, Karl?
Well,
But they've got little pods. They've got little pseudo pod legs and little suckers. Yeah.
But it was running about, like, everywhere, right, mental, but sort of running off to the left, and then it sort of went back to where it was, then back, you know, went right and what have you, and I'm just thinking, whoever gave them the legs, right, what's the point if they don't know where they're going and that? Do you know what I mean? If you can get
Imagine
about...
that sentence. Did you hear that sentence? Can we play that sentence back?
No, I don't think we can.
Imagine who gave him that leg.
Whoever gave him them legs, what's the point if they don't know where they're going and that?
And that. Always and that.
And that, but maybe you just, to be fair to the caterpillar, with all its legs, okay, and you know where it was going, it had just been plucked from its house by a bird, shot up into the sky, and then dropped from 80 feet. hitting the ground.
Onto the head of a weird, bold-shaved monkey.
It was probably concussed.
Yeah, it's one of them things again, though.
But it still knew more about the world than you. How does that make you feel?
I just think it's a waste of time having all them feet. It's the same thing as the,
Now it's got feet
yeah.
now!
It has a nightmare buying shoes, doesn't it, Carl?
all the, what was it you were saying about leeches and that? Because we were talking about insects.
Well, they're not
It's just all
insects.
these-
They're not insects.
What are they?
Well, I think they're probably, class are probably platyhelminths. Probably a,
Yeah.
sort of like a flatworm type thing.
That's
They
what you were
could-
thinking, wasn't it, Carl?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know what the phylum is, but they'd be, yeah.
What was the leech, what was an interesting
Well,
leech fact?
there's an experiment, where you get a maze for a leech, and there's a bit of blood thing, and it eventually finds its way to the blood, okay, and then it knows.
Okay.
And if you put it back to where it starts, it knows where it goes straight towards it, because it's learnt it. If you liquidize that leech,
Right.
and feed it to some leeches who have never done the maze, because of a thing called chemical memory, they find their way straight to the blood.
That is extraordinary.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
We should
but-
try that at Hampton Court one weekend. but maybe with some tourists. We'll just blend up some tourists.
Or the people on them, I'll tell you who would do it, those people who go on Celebrity Love Island.
Any of them.
They
they'd
will
be
do
up for it.
anything to get
Yeah.
They will be liquidized. People have enemas, they will do they wank off pigs, they will do anything to get on
Yeah.
telly. What about that? Be liquidized and fed to another, get one D-celebrity slapper, liquidize her and feed her to another slut.
So we
and
blend
see
up
if she
Happy
can
Titmus.
find her way, and see if she can find her way to Channel 5.
Yeah.
What a brilliant show, hosted by Jimmy Carr.
Of course.
That'd be amazing.
The Kinks, Better Things on XFM 104.9, Steve Merchant, Ricky Gervais, Karl Pilkington.
But do you know this, we were talking about the leech thing.
Sure.
Right. You're saying put them in a blender.
I'm not saying that.
Well, someone did.
Yeah.
Why were they doing that in the first place? Do you know what I mean? How did they find out that if you put leeches in a blender?
I don't know, they probably kept
them to
notes. I
another.
don't know.
No, but what made them, were they just having a laugh? What made them go,
It was at a party. It was a
It was
couple, a couple of 40
No,
year olds. They were at a party.
it was a couple of research scientists. They'd been given £1 million, and the boss was coming round to say what you're doing, and they were just making a smoothie, and they went, "Quick,
"Is
Mr.
this Christmas?"
Yakamoto's come round, throwing some leeches." What are you doing? Just leeching.
Just feeding these leeches to some other leeches. Alright, well that looks like science, I'm off.
Well, that's what they
Here's another £1 million for
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
yeah,
Bye.
Yeah.
That's how they work, though, isn't it? A lot
Yeah,
of these
that's
scientists.
exactly how they work.
I'm
That's
just
it.
saying they're getting away with murder.
Go on.
Well, just the way they do sort of spend loads
And
of
you
time.
can't say anything in front of him because everything's got a point with him. You can't have a conversation with Carl because he always puts in a curveball. You tell him something, and the question comes back that you never could have expected. When I told him that story about the monkey who'd run away because he had an argument with his father, he said, "What was it about?"
Yeah.
No one in the world thinks that. No one in the world would ask that question.
The leech thing. Do you
Yeah.
know how you said, show the leech the way to its bit of food, whatever it's eating or whatever,
Yeah.
in the maze, right?
Yeah.
It makes its way,
Yeah.
right? It eats the cheese or whatever. Right? Blood, right? And then you give it,
Everything's a cartoon with Carl as well, isn't it? Everything is a
It's
cartoon.
a leech with a little hat and a little baby bell at one end.
but what happens if you got another one and
Yeah.
move the bit of blood,
Yeah.
right? So, feed those two leeches to one, then what, so is it gonna get confused, or, do you know what I mean? Which way will it go if it's eaten two leeches
Yeah.
that have done two different ways?
Yeah.
Is it sort of stressed out?
I don't know. It probably knows both routes. It probably goes, well, there's one over here. Oh, there's one over here as well. I'm happy. I've had two for the price of one.
Right,
and,
okay.
I'm full of leeches.
Then what's the best that can happen for, like...
What are you talking about? What do you want out
Because
of me?
I'm just saying, if by doing that, they can go, right, we can do this, we're humans. I'd go,
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean in the name of Christ?
do it with
What do you
humans.
mean?
all I'm saying is, what's the point in doing it?
Think, what do you mean?
If you could do it with humans, I'd say,
But
well,
right, Carl, think about what you're saying, man.
yeah, I'm saying,
If you could do it with humans, do what with humans?
say if Einstein, right, didn't do all that maths that he did, right, say if he got to E equals, and then he died, squash his brain, give it to someone else, say, right, eat that, And they go, right, it's equals MC squared, isn't it? What I'm saying is...
But they wouldn't. They'd go E equals, oh. Wouldn't they? If it was chemical memory, they'd go, oh, E equals, oh, yeah, same as Einstein said. Yeah, I just ate his brain. What am I saying? What have you made? Carl, think what you're saying. It's unbelievable. You think, the thing is, right, you are what a scientist does. You just keep saying why, and what, and why, and what. But nothing's ever enough for you. Which is good. It's nice to have an insatiable...
I get annoyed with all the amount of time and effort that's put into stuff that's useless. What's the next stage to squashing that leech? if it's not going anywhere, forget it, work on something else. It's the same way in some science magazine I was reading about, is there anything smaller than a quantum electron or something?
Yeah.
It's like, if it's not getting in the way, don't worry about it. Why are they worrying about things we can't see?
If you blended up Carl's brain and fed it to someone, would it make any difference?
No,
they wouldn't even notice, would they? Wouldn't register.
You fed it to a leech, and the leech would go, oh, I don't know what I was doing, I don't know what... Where was I going?
I'm even more confused.
I don't know.
Where do you stop, though? Supposing I came to you and said, Doctor, listen, I like the bollocks, I like the penis, but I don't like them where they are. I want them in the middle of my chest. I want breasticles. Yeah? The arse, I don't like it round the back, I can't see what's going on. Pop that on the front where the bollocks were. I want my arse where I can look down and see what's going on. Can you do it?
I think it's just easier to move the head, isn't it?
Carl, when was the last time you reminisced?
Well, my mum and dad have been round, haven't they, so been reminiscing a lot.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
We're just chatting about Tic Tacs.
One of the great memories, yeah. The happy memories.
Now, I used to love them
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
My dad got a load of them.
What, this year?
No,
Just recently?
years ago.
Years ago,
Like
right.
years ago when I loved them. I said, I love Tic Tacs, me.
Yeah.
He met one of his mates.
You didn't nick him from the sweet shop?
No,
that's what
he
you
knew
did,
some mate who could get his hand on a load.
Right.
And he
Thief,
must have
he was a
got
thief.
about he must have got about 30 crates of Tic Tacs.
30 crates of Tic Tacs?
Honestly, we'd have about 24 on each crate. We got them, stuck them in a cupboard under the, just in the kitchen in the corner.
Yeah.
Now, I worked my way through about 6 crates. I was quite happy.
In how long?
I don't know, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something.
Right.
And then after that, I'm getting sick of these.
Right.
Yeah. You were minty fresh, but you were sick.
Lovely fresh breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I haven't got that much more to tell you about it. It's just...
What do you
So
I
this,
just
sorry, whoa, bear in mind, this was something he was recently reminiscing with his parents about. They were sat round, and we've already learned up to an hour could go by reminiscing. Sat round for an hour, talking about the great
I've already
Tic
run
Tac
out of
saga.
responses. I've got
Yeah.
nothing to say about
No
that.
opinion
I
about
mean,
that.
I was nearly going to say, what do you do with the empty little flicky Tic Tac boxes?
Yeah. And then you realise that that's utterly dull and boring.
Well,
and not
I
of any interest.
was struggling. I don't know what this anecdote is, other than a bloke. Other than you said your dad, I like Tic Tacs, mate. He went, all right, I talked to Albert. Albert, you got Tic Tacs? I've got 30 crates, if that'll do, yeah? Yeah, bring him round. Put him under cupboard. He's got through 12 crates. What's his breath like? Fucking lovely, but he's been sick all over the cunting place. Oh, do you want some more? No, of course we fucking don't. You'll talk about that in a few years' time. Of course we will for about a fucking hour.
No.
Then we bring it up on an audio book.
But I think that's how we got onto it, because even though I tried to get rid of a load, I used to give them to mates, take them to school, say, have some Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
You can have them for free. We used a load in the cat litter tray.
No. No,
we
you
did.
didn't.
We did. It
No,
was
you
just
didn't.
ways of getting rid of them.
Jesus Christ.
Sort of freshy smell, isn't it? It's the
That's
same
amazing.
sort of condensity in that, isn't it?
Condensity, it is the same condensity.
Condensity.
Yeah, so I got rid of them like that. And then the weird thing was, even though I'd got shot of them all, you'd be backing up and you'd always hear one ting its way up the tube.
It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. Ding tong, ping pong. It's tinging its way up the tube.
That sounds like something from Willy Wonka.
Oh
No,
God.
it's just, I'm just demonstrating that because that's how many of them there were around the house. You'd drop them, they'd go in every corner and that, like Pac-Man or something. They'd be everywhere. You'd be backing
amazing.
up, tinging it up.
Sheila's getting married. Hannah gets confetti. Don't buy any confetti. Go to cupboard under stairs.
So yeah, that's a little memory there, isn't it?
It is a little memory.
Now
It's a really little memory.
The strange Tic Tac house in Salford, where everything is made of Tic Tacs.
Wow, that must have been a hell
That's
of a time you had with your parents there. The old Tic Tac
No, but it's
reminiscence.
better. You see, you're saying, "Oh, what a boring story that is." But when
I
my
see
mum
you've
and dad,
re-gravelled the drive. Yeah, smell it. suck the drive if you want.
no, but it's different. When my mum and dad are there and they can remember that, and they're going, "Oh yeah, the Tic Tac incidents and stuff."
What's known as the Tic Tac incident.
The Tic Tac
Let us never speak of the Tic Tac incident.
Yeah, I just imagine the clock ticking. There, it's Christmas Day. They go, "What are you smiling at?" Oh, I remember it used to ting up the tube.
You should think about selling this to Hollywood.
Listen, what do you remember then?
What do
I
you
remember?
That's
Wow.
an amazing thing to say.
That's a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing at all.
Carl, I know you like to be kept abreast of all the latest breaking science news. Did you read recently about the blind mice that they have been able to make see again? And hopefully they're whatever they did, which allowed these mice to be able to see again, they're hoping to be able to do with humans in maybe about 10 years' time, or at least begin tests. Extraordinary, isn't it, to be able to... I mean, to be able to cure blindness would be a remarkable achievement in science.
It is, but it's just that thing how they say they've done it on mice and what have you.
Yeah.
If I was blind and I went in for the meeting with the doctor,
Yeah.
and they said, "Do you want yours doing?" And then they said, like, "We've done it on mice," that wouldn't be good enough for me. I'd say, look, when the blind fella gets in, don't say we've done it on mice, just say we've done this on eyes. Because if he goes, "What eyes?" just say just a pair of eyes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say mouse's eyes, it's like, well, it's not the same, and it sort of, it would make me go, "I'll leave it."
Yeah. And then you wake up and you can see, but you've got very tiny eyes right in the you've put in mice eyes. I'm scared of cats.
It's just eyes. I think I just don't like having my eyes messed with, and even if I was blind, you know, I wouldn't like it.
No.
And I think mine are more active than most, my eyes.
What do you mean?
Well, I went for a what's her name, Steve. You don't know. I've had problems with my legs.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
He's the same... What are you, 33?
He's a
And you
hypochondriac.
talk like you're a 7-year-old
honestly, the slightest thing, he's got time off work for this. We went to the dentist 3 times in 1 week. He goes, now his leg's rubbed 2 times a week for
No,
some
I don't.
reason.
I don't.
In and out of the kidney hospital, and they're going, there's no kidney stone, Mr. Pilkington. He's going, oh, right. Christ Almighty, do some fucking work.
No, the thing is, I've been, in the last, 30-odd years, I've been working hard, and I've let my body get run down a bit.
How have you, you're 30, what are you?
33.
Right, 33. Sorry to start off with such a hard question. But how have you been working for 30 years?
Well, I just have. I sort of I got on with it.
At 3? At 3?
No, I'm
Well, you
just
didn't
saying.
get on with anything at school, did you? Because you were just pitting about.
Yeah.
You weren't working
Yeah.
out there.
What was the first job you got? How old were you?
I was 15.
Right, okay, so you've been working for 15 years then. Okay, good,
Yeah, but
right.
I had my paper round when I was 10, didn't I? And that was hard graft. That's why I'm bald and that. Getting up at 4:30. It all adds up, doesn't it? All adds up. So anyway, I kicked my height when I was a kid.
He always says this, like it's a classic story that everyone should know.
Everyone
and
knows,
also
right.
the phrase "kicking my own height."
Yeah.
Explain what you mean.
Just kicked my height when I was a
Kick
kid.
your... No one understands,
You
Carl.
kicked your leg up to the
kicked my
height that
leg.
you were at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
if
kicked
you were,
my height. It's not a well-known phrase. You can't just go, "I kicked my height."
so you were 4.5 foot, and you put your toe up into the air 4.5 feet by kicking.
Yeah, but I landed on my back.
Right, okay. Imagine seeing that in the playground. They go, get Karl Pilkington to kick his height. I bet he falls over like a
It
fucking
wasn't in the
penguin.
playground. My dad got me to do it in the garden.
Brilliant.
But why did
They
you fall
sold
over?
tickets, the neighbours were cracking up. Yeah.
Why did you fall over? Did you hit
I just
yourself
didn't,
in the
I didn't
head?
have to kick the height. I mean, my leg got high up, but I was that chuffed that I got that high. I didn't think of putting my leg down again.
What did it look like? What the fuck did that look like?
He's got to think it all through. I thought it was automatic. In life, you
stayed there.
You sort of stay balanced.
Christ
But you didn't
almighty.
think, well, I'm loving this. This is brilliant. But what should I do now? I got my leg up. I'll just keep it up.
It looked like a Hitler salute with his leg. What were you doing?
So anyway, I landed on my back,
Yeah.
and I did some damage, I think. And it's because of that.
You sure you didn't land on your head?
And it's because of that, all them years and what have you, I've had like a trapped nerve in my leg.
Right.
So I thought, right, now's the time to have it done, because when you get older, I mean, it was the kidney stone thing. Once you've sort of looked at, death and what have you, it just makes you think, got to start looking after
Do you
your
think
body.
you could die of the slightly bad leg that you've had for 15 years?
Well,
Do you think that'll eventually kill you?
well, it could do if I can't run away from danger quick enough.
Right. Again, you're thinking of Jurassic Park coming true.
Well, whatever now. I'm just saying, you've got to look after yourself. If there's anyone listening
could
out
always
there
hop.
who's got a problem, get it sorted.
I'll tell you what, though,
So-
if you have to fight off danger and you kick them, put the leg back down immediately after.
So anyway, I went to see this fella, to like a professional leg rubber.
Professional leg rubber.
Yeah.
And he sort of said a few things that were quite interesting. Remember that time when we had a chat on the last lot of podcasts? I said, am I in charge of my brain, or is my brain in charge of me?
Yeah, do you remember what I said? That's the most stupid thing you've ever said.
Yeah, well, listen to this then. So I go and see this leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber, yeah.
right, and he is professional.
Yeah.
Right. so
Remember, a leg rubber. You haven't said doctor at any point in this conversation.
He's a leg rubber.
So this however profound this is, it came from a man who is self-confessed professionally leg rubbing.
not just leg.
Does he do left and right, or
back rubbing as well? He does it all.
Right.
So I'm in
Professional
there,
rubber.
and I didn't mention about how I thought my brain was in charge of me and stuff. I'm lying there, he's bending me about and what have you. The first problem he came across is that my nerves aren't long enough for my
Right.
body.
I don't know.
My nerves aren't long enough for your body?
He was lifting my legs up and I was going, right, whoa, stop that a minute, that's hurting that. He's like, what do you mean? He said, I've only got them like just about...
Well, that's your tendons.
No, but your nerves are in your legs as well, and your tendons don't hurt, it's your nerves that kick in. It's your nerves that make you go,
Yeah,
that
but they
hurts.
hurt because your tendons are being overstretched.
Well, I'm just telling you what he said. Right, so he lifted the leg up, and I went, right,
Was
stop
this
doing
above a
that.
laundrette, this surgery?
No, it's a proper place. He had like towels and all that on the...
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got towels
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely a laundrette.
so I'm lying there.
Other people's towels.
He's got towels, underpants, bras.
halfway through, he said, you haven't got 20p, have you, for the dryer? Okay.
So I'm lying there, and he lifts the leg up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that hurts a lot. So he said, oh yeah, short nerves. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your outside of the body is longer than your inside.
Right, he doesn't sound like a doctor. He does not sound like a
The
doctor.
outside of your body's
Yeah.
longer than the inside.
Lovely song there, Song for the Lovers,
Absolutely.
Neil Young, Man Needs a Made Off the Harvest album. What a beautiful song that is.
Beautiful.
Beautiful strings and everything. Well, you've got a song for the ladies coming up.
Song for the ladies later on as well.
That has set, the standard there.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Were you going to do a film review as well later? Have you still got that?
Well, I could do a film review now because it's, it's quite a big.
I thought you needed to prepare, but I mean, if
No,
not-
it's quite a big film, and I've seen it, and it is, it's a great film. So
Okay.
I hope I can do it justice because it's a very okay. This week
What film is it going to be?
it's going to be Schindler's List.
Okay, and are you going to do a jingle for us?
Ricky's film review.
Okay.
This is a film by Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
And because it's in olden times, it's all black and white and that, except a coat that's red. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's about a bloke who's called Schindler, and because there were so many people he wanted to save, he had to make a list to get organised, and he tried to save as many as he could. And he made him sort of not make the bullets properly on purpose because and in the end they gave him a ring. It's the same bloke who made E.T.
Okay. Your review of Schindler's List.
Yeah.
And as ever, mark out of 10, please.
9. It was brilliant.
You really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the fact that it was 3 hours long bother you?
No.
No? Quite like
No.
that? Okay.
Watch some of it on fast forward.
Okay. Carl, have you seen Schindler's List?
No, I'm surprised they managed to get all that in 3 hours.
Amazing, isn't it? Would that encourage you to see the film?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, what would you give it a mark out of 10?
9.
You'd give it 9 as well? Okay, I'll tell you,
That red coat effect thing you got
Yeah.
on about, that's
Yeah.
sold it.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
Well, that was just a mistake, apparently.
Apparently, they
Yeah.
probably just couldn't get all the colour out of it.
As I said before, if you've got a film that you'd like to have reviewed by Ricky Gervais, then email us, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and I'm sure he can,
or even not just like, the people, but what about the ones who make the films? Like, you know, the ones that actually make the film, what are they called? Hollywood?
Yes.
If they want me to do one, but they're coming out to sort of give it a little bit of a boost. You saw me give away the tickets, that was selling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can sell your product, and we make it look like it's all editorial, but really, if there's a little bit of money involved, I can probably give it a 9 out of 10 instead of 4 or something.
Rick, would you do that without having seen the film?
Yeah.
That's fine, because they could just tell you what was coming up, and then
if they said this, give us a good review, and here's 20 quid.
Yeah.
If they go, there's no money in it, probably give it a bad review.
Let's just try that. Rick, can I just try that? Because I mean, a lot of people listening won't be necessarily convinced. Lord of the Rings. Let's imagine I've paid you now to review the forthcoming film Lord of the Rings. What do you make of it?
This is a brilliant film.
Yep.
And even though it's all about wizards and that, and there's people in caves called gonads, with beards, probably Robbie Coltrane's in it, because he's in the other one at the moment, and it's all swords and stuff, and there's some magic, but it is actually the Lord of the Rings, not just like, you know, just one of them. He's the Lord of it, and he's excellent in it. So,
right, mark out of 10?
9.
Again, very popular film for you. Carl? Less convinced by that one, maybe?
That doesn't sound as good as the other one.
Yeah? What, are you gonna give it 7?
Still give it 9.
You still give it 9?
Excellent, because we split it. We split the money.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
This is the Eels. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. I know shit that was, but it was too late to get it out of the CD players. Muse and Feeling Good. What do you think of that?
I'm not a fan of Muse, but I wasn't quite as venomous in my hatred.
Don't worry, we won't play that again.
Let's explain the situation in the studio. There's a certain frosty air now because
What?
we ended up playing Muse.
Yeah,
it was it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
Well, no, it's not as bad as Ricky thinks it is. I admit it's not as bad as that, but I'm standing out of it because I'm not a fan of Muse. I wouldn't play Muse generally.
Well, I don't mind Muse generally, but I hate that.
What, you like Muse normally? I hate Muse.
Well, I don't hate them.
Says the man who bought the Like Funky Ones album.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't play them on XFM.
I know, but Muse fits in. I mean, you're saying you want to play Radiohead.
So playing a Nina,
like
doing a
Radiohead.
Nina
It's a new-
Simone. Why don't we play Radiohead then? That's what I was saying.
You're playing Radiohead, but Muse is like Radiohead. There's not a big difference. Anyway, we're not going to argue.
There is a big difference. Phone in if you. What's the difference between Muse and Radiohead? What's the phone number?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Well, yeah, let's have a competition. Let's see if people can tell the difference between Muse and Radiohead. Give the number out.
Can't be bothered.
What can I?
So it's left to me to keep the thing afloat.
Yeah.
That's never good news. I went to see the White Stripes this week, if anyone's interested. Anyone interested in that?
Go on, Steve.
White Stripes are absolutely amazing. I've heard all the hype. You know, I've not listened to the album. I went along to the gig, got a free ticket. Wasn't even £1 off. It was free, £10. I could have sold it outside the gig. I didn't. I went in, right? Couldn't take along a mate. XFM wouldn't let me. I went there on my own. You know, went in there. I have to say, I wasn't expecting much. They were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. I have to say this now, they were the best band I'd seen who I didn't know much about or whatever, like they were a new band. They were the best band I'd seen live since I saw a little band you might have heard of called Oasis for £5 at Coventry Poly.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
It's a long name for a band.
And, it was amazing, and it's a brilliant band because it's just the two of them. Obviously, the girl on the drums, the guy playing the guitar. He's got a real kind of rock guitar skill. He really plays it up and down the long neck bit. I mean, I know all about the music and that, the terminology.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he plays like kind of steel with that steel pedal thing on his not steel pedal, the finger thing, the kind of thimble thing that some guitarists wear. I believe it's called a guitar thimble. I believe is the name for it. And he plays that like old bluesman would play. He plays that sometimes.
Bluesman.
Sometimes he's got like a little electric keyboard thing, or piano, as I believe some people call it.
See, this isn't a review, this is listing the instruments.
all right, there's not many to get through with. There's some drums and a guitar.
What colour microphones were they?
I'm glad you asked.
Were they SM58s?
Anyway, the point is this.
Go on.
With just those few simple instruments, they had this huge sound, a big rocky sound, quality, kind of bluesy punk with a little bit of an edge into it. It was amazing. I have to say, I was a huge fan. And so I thought we could play a bit of White Stripes, you know, to sort of commemorate that excellent gig.
I saw a band once, right? There was a drummer, had all the drums, big one at the bottom, two of the diddle-drums once, cymbals, they were all mic'd up with different microphones, coming down the loudy speaks. I was at the back, it was still, wow, I can hear everything, and that, electrical, really, and a guitar, and a bass.
Can I do a gig review every week, like you do your film review?
No, good, yeah. Well, you just did.
Well, I'm about as well informed about music as you are about films.
Anyway, tell me how do you choose the playlist? feeder just today. Now, because we're running out of time,
Yeah.
because of that Muse shit we had to play, I think I'll say that's my feature. That PlayStation game sounds good.
Right.
Because that's the main music of the PlayStation 2 game, Gran Turismo.
Right.
So I could incorporate that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I've still got to get in, song for, you've got to get in song for the ladies.
Yes.
At the end. Got anything else lined up?
Well, I mean, it's just that I've never seen you spiral into such despair after hearing Muse. I mean,
Well-
fair enough, is that they're not a great band.
Well,
but-
obviously we have to, there's a bit of a playlist we have to keep to, and we drop the records we don't like.
Yeah.
Right, and play the ones we do. And that's fine. And if I don't care for a track, I don't mention it. I don't usually slag off bands, and I know we gotta keep to a playlist. I don't know how they're chosen or anything. But, there's one thing I didn't want to play. It's Feeling Good.
Yeah.
And it was already lined up and there was no time, so I was genuinely annoyed. Because I don't mind, like, playing stuff that I wouldn't actually choose myself, that's alright. But, we're not completely free played all the time. So the worst thing is I don't want to ever play Feeling Good again. I don't want to ever play Kashin again.
Kashin,
They're
I don't know what
banned.
Kashin is.
I'm thinking of putting a ban on Gorillaz. Anything you like to ban?
Basement Jacks.
Basement Oh, where's your head at? We already dropped that.
Where's your head
We dropped
at?
that on purpose, didn't we? What else have we dropped today? That's what we saved people from. Do you know what I mean? Like playing 5 songs over and over again just because some record company wants to be played. I mean, if I'm gonna play things I hate, pay me. You know what I mean? I'm willing to take bribes. Look, I've been sent some chocolates here by the lads out of Carter USM, right?
Are they
And
still going?
Yeah, they got a gig at the Who's the Daddy Now tour, right? They're playing the Astoria at December the 14th. On December the 14th.
Oh my god, it's worth going along just to see how few people will be there.
Well, see, I wouldn't use play it, but they've sent me chocolate, so there's a plug. It's like, bribe me, not XFM.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get some out of this, Steve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure even I'd sink so low as to be bribed by Carter. I mean, I'm a man who tried to buy dodgy speakers on the
Steve,
street.
it's a Christmas, Father Christmas with some jelly beans.
Is that from, who's that from?
That's from the lads. Oh well, it's Who's the Daddy Now tour.
Okay.
And I've got some chocolate money.
Right, lovely.
Yeah, some of it French.
Got anything there from the senseless things? Or the wonder stuff?
No, but we don't know. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Carter was alright at the time. Carter was alright.
Carter?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you like Carter?
Not really, no. It's nonsense.
Well, I didn't like him singing about Dagenham all the time. What it was? No, what was it? New Cross.
yeah.
But some
Good.
funny lyrics.
Have you anything
some
else you want to get
puns.
off your chest? As you're making
No,
the war in
that's it.
Afghanistan.
Let's play some songs we like. What have you got lined up?
I've got the song for the ladies. That's coming up in a
Oh,
second.
lovely. Yeah, let's choose a song here and let's have a look.
You
Let's.
like this one here, Ricky.
What? Oh, Radiohead. Just. Brilliant.
Is this Muse?
Radiohead and Just. Off the Bends. No, that's a track.
It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions, this show.
Yeah.
It started off, there were some light-hearted anecdotes about you and animals.
Yeah.
It ended up with you sort of spiralling into despair.
Wow. That's
some urinating in the bed along
that's
the
what
way.
a track by Muse can do to a man.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Did I ever react?
But then maybe that's what makes them good. I mean, if music can, create those kind of passions in someone, maybe that's effective. I don't know.
We've made me think again. I
Well, it's
love
sort of,
Muse.
it's the punk approach, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl, thanks as ever for pressing the buttons and contributing.
Yeah.
Alright, mate.
Good job. Shame about the news.
He won't be getting a 9 for his movie next week.
Where we going?
I think you guys should kiss and make up, maybe
Oh,
naked.
well, that's not Carl's fault.
Go and kiss him.
No, I'm not going to kiss him.
But go
I'm
on,
gonna
please
touch
kiss him.
I'm not going to kiss him.
Go
I'm
and
going to
touch
touch him.
him.
I'm going to touch
Go
him.
and touch him. Should we both go and touch him?
Yes.
Why don't we play a song for the ladies?
And touch him.
This week, Drugstore, White Magic for Lovers, beautiful track. And let's just go and kiss and touch Carl. Take the jumper off. Yes, I like, and no doubt on XFM, the
Yeah.
version of the Talk
Love it.
song.
Love it.
You've enjoyed that, Rick?
Yeah, on XFM 104.9. Right, Carl. This is where he shines. This is what Carl gets Mondays off for.
Yeah.
Okay, Carl, what is it? You want to explain this?
It's the bit when I'm in a film and sort of edit me into it so I'm like an actor in a major film.
Yeah.
We've done Kes, we've done One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Shining, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This week, it's A Few Good Men.
Brilliant
Okay.
film. Brilliant film.
With Jack Nicholson and that.
Yeah.
So you listen to this and we'll give the question later on. Probably.
Let's give it after this.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll give it after we've
All
heard
right.
the clip.
I haven't really got one sorted, but I'll think of one whilst it's on. So, have a listen to this, take everything in, and then the question at the end. So it's a scene where it's a court case.
Yeah.
Alright? Alright.
All rise. call your witness.
Yeah, he's just coming now. Alright, Jack?
Colonel.
What?
I'd appreciate if he would address me as Colonel or Sir. I believe I've earned it.
Defense counsel will address the witness as Colonel or Sir.
Alright. Alright, Colonel. Bit smart today with all the army stuff on.
You ever served in an infantry unit, son?
Nah. Brother did. He was in the army. Got kicked out though, because he went for a packet of fags in a tank. Weird that, innit?
No, it's not. It's tragic.
I wouldn't say it's tragic. I'll show you something tragic. I always carry this book around with me. I always show it to people. It's got like the top 50 weird people in the world in it. Right? It's all sorts of weird stuff in it. Look at this one here. It's a fella, right? He's got 2 heads. And the weird thing is, right, is the top 50 weird people in the world. He's at number 50, he's got 2 heads. Right? Makes you wonder what's going to be at number 1, doesn't it?
Are these really the questions that I was called here to answer?
No, but look at it. Imagine if you were his mate. You wouldn't get a word in edgeways, would you? If you
Maybe he didn't have any friends.
Probably right, they say, don't they? They say 2's company, 3's a crowd. So...
Please tell me that you have something more, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I got loads more. For this fella at number 36, look at him. 3 legs. Little fella with 3 legs, right? Guess what his job is?
My answer is I don't have the first damn clue.
Well, I'll tell you. He's a juggler.
I beg your pardon?
He's a juggler.
This is ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous. You're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Why wasn't he a footballer? Be great at keepy uppies and that.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
Yeah, it's just that I'd like to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Gentlemen!
Well, I've paid for the book, so I think I'm entitled to know why.
I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to!
You better get somewhere fast with this, Lieutenant.
What about this one, then? This lad here. He's 12 years old, he looks 48. What do you think?
No.
Why not, though? You said you didn't want to know any more about the juggler. You didn't say you didn't want to know
I know what I
about
said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
All right.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
Well, just wanted to know if you thought Mr. Webfoot at number 42 should have took up swimming, but...
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd say that now, wouldn't you? Forget it.
Well, I don't know what to say, really. That's Karl Pilkington in the film A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson, acting alongside Jack, and I have to say, giving him a run for his money.
I think Karl is a really good actor. I genuinely think that. Should we put him in something?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
Right, what's the question?
What's his forte, do you think?
Just sort of playing that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Deep stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
So
we can sort that out.
Think of a question there out of that little lot.
You've not got one?
Well, I've got, who was at number 36, whatever it was. What was it?
Don't know. Let's.
Who was at number 50? Who was at number 50?
Yeah, alright then.
Okay.
Yeah, who's number... what... Yeah.
Well, yeah, what was odd about the guy who was at number 50 in the
In the
50
book.
weirdest people list?
And just text in 83XFM and put your address on there as well and that.
What
Brilliant.
prizes are there, Carl?
Loads of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually not bad. There's Lord of the Rings on there, Michael Palin's Around the World in 80 Days. If you've not had a chance to see that yet, it's been repeated about 80 times. Look Around You, which is an excellent show. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
funny if you've
brilliant.
seen that. There's some other good, so that's not too bad. And also the relatively poor stand-up DVD, Ricky Gervais's live animals show, which is mediocre.
Can't give him away.
Yeah.
Alright.
And yeah, you can win all those prizes if you can answer which question again?
Who was the fella who was at number 50 in my book? What was up with him?
Excellent.
Alright, so let's got to play
Thorns.
some Thorns.
That's the most beautiful track I can't get enough of this. You'll love it. You'll love this. Carl, come on, what's the matter with you?
What?
Thorns.
That's
No Blue Sky. Beautiful, isn't it? And that
you-
great track.
alright, yeah.
Just had an email, yeah. That woman who opened the Office script could have her head cut off. Apparently. When a letter is posted, it becomes the property of the Queen until it reaches the person it was meant for. By opening it, she's committed treason and could be killed. I don't know if you're familiar with this story, Carl, are you?
Go on.
Apparently, some copies of the Office Christmas specials, scripts, got sent to the wrong address. some woman, and instead, I mean, I don't know what you do in that situation. Normally, if I get mail that's not addressed to me, I just give it to the postman or put it back in the postbox.
Radio 1 tried to speak to her, but apparently, she's got a gagging order, which makes us think that she sold it to the Sunday, so
right.
we'll read it.
In the
We'll
Sunday
read the
paper.
plot
Yeah.
of The Office tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the Sunday papers, which ruin it for some people.
Ruin it for a lot of people, yeah.
But the other thing is, I mean, if it was sent to her, obviously her name wasn't on it.
Oh.
If that's true, in which case, I think that's quite a serious offence, isn't it?
I
Opening-
would hope so. I mean, I would hope that, yeah, if I sent something in an envelope, it was...
But the BBC, the BBC, thinks that because the person they said it was meant to be sent to got his, he thinks maybe that's an excuse. Maybe someone gave her the script and said, don't say it came from me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe she's protected someone, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I
don't
mean,
know.
if that is
Well,
the case-
either way, don't sell it to a newspaper.
Well, yeah. It's just the kind of mercenary nature of it that I loathe, you know? It's the fact that it's only just now makes me wonder if she had it there lying around in her house and someone said to her, well, why don't you go to the papers?
Yeah.
Try and flog it.
But I just don't think I don't think she's gonna get a lot for it, because people are gonna see it soon. It's not like it's the Hitler Diaries.
Well,
Do you know
they're
what
not very well written.
I mean? But I mean, I don't know.
I tell you what I'm frustrated by, is just the fact that it's like we've worked hard to give people some kind of pleasure for this Christmas, you know, because a lot of people are very depressed, Rick, very low at this time of year, they've not got what they wanted.
But
we're trying to cheer them up, give them a bit of happiness.
Yeah, but I think she'll be happy if she gets a lot of money.
True.
I don't know. I think it's just tacky, really.
It's like, well, I just say, if you're a fan of the show and you don't want to know what happens, then don't read the Sundays tomorrow, or at least avoid it when it says we tell you what happens.
The papers might not ruin it. The papers might go, we've got them, but we're not going to ruin it for people.
Well,
That'd
ideal.
be a nice gesture.
Ideal.
But I don't know.
All I can say is it's a good job that I send out the prizes. Because that Michael Palin around the world in 80 days will be going to the person who won it.
Yeah.
And if someone else receives it, they better not try and, do you know what I mean, keep it. It should go to the winner.
Yeah, exactly. That is a very good point.
So,
be warned.
Don't open things that weren't addressed to you.
Yeah.
I did that
Pandora's
time, though, didn't I?
box. There's some sort of lesson there.
Yeah.
What happened? All the evils of the world, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, don't try and explain
brilliant.
it to Carl.
No, Pandora's box.
Go on.
Well, told not to open it, opened it, released all the evils that are in the world now.
But did the person say if you open it, loads of evil will come out?
It's not true. It's not true. It didn't really happen. It's not like evolution. It's not the truth.
But you remember that, yeah, you won't listen to some of my stuff. That goldfish and stuff.
No, it's not that we don't listen to it. It's that you would pass off how all the evils in the world got here. Because on Ananova it would be, Pandora opens box.
Actually, speaking of headlines,
Oh, here we
what's going
go.
on in the
Okay,
world?
look, yeah, imagine if Pilkington was on News at 10, okay?
We should just explain, you cannot be bothered to read an entire news story. You get everything you need from a headline, don't you?
well, I think it's enough. I think if they did...
Well,
the
let's
news-
see if this is enough. Let's see if
Right,
this,
okay.
if Trevor McDonald just read this on the News at 10, it'd be shorter and you get back to the football, whatever.
Yeah, well,
There we go. And here is the news at 2:15 with Karl Pilkington. Bong!
Man who walks backwards around lake falls in.
Bong!
Chinese woman eats dirt.
Bong!
Man lives in rubbish dump for 10 years.
Brilliant. Bong!
Czech family says they've got a rabbit with 3 knobs. Right?
Right.
Done.
Sorry, can you just read a little bit more of the Czech family with 3 knobs?
Just about a family.
Not read it to yourself. Read it out on there.
Just about.
Well, he can't read it to himself. I told him to read it to himself. We still hear it.
No, he was, because I could see his lips moving.
Go on.
Just this fella who had 3 rabbits.
Right, just think of this is Trevor McDonald.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on, Carl. Okay, oh, here's the news. Right, good, brilliant. Go on.
There's a fella. He's got 3 rabbits and that, and then he checks them out. Right.
Yeah.
2 of the rabbits have got 2 knobs each.
Right.
And he goes, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Sure.
And they're throwing them around, sort of chucking, showing them around the family and stuff, saying, look at that, that's weird. Picks up the 3rd one. It's got 3.
Yeah.
So they ate the 2 with 2 because they thought they best keep the 3rd one because a little bit lucky in that.
Yeah.
It is lucky. 3 knobs there, yeah.
Now here's the sports news, and that's how it would work.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. We'll read about the Chinese woman who eats dirt. I'm interested in that.
Said That's it. That is the story, isn't it? What more do you need to know? It's
Well, I
just
want to
saying,
know a little bit more. Can you just embellish it?
78-year-old Chinese woman. She says she's 78. Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
With my theory.
Carl's theory is that Chinese people don't age well, and so those Chinese people that are saying they're 112 are really only 33. That's why he doesn't want to be recognised, because he doesn't want to walk out from here into Chinatown.
Yeah.
It just says she's been eating soil for 70 years. She's ate about 10 tons of the stuff, and it's done her no harm. Kept her grounded.
It's probably alright for you, isn't it? Because it passes through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they say, don't they, if you're having a kid, let it play in soil and that, because
Well, that's to get it immune, yeah, to get, yeah. But lots of, like, things with sort of, birds and reptiles sometimes swallow, soil and, stones, because it grinds up stuff, breaks down cellulose for them. Doesn't do you any harm.
Alright then.
Since, obviously, the days of Nostradamus, there's been many people who've tried to foresee the future. Carl, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but there's endless, predictions. Apparently there are other planets that may collide with ours. You know, there's some scientific basis on this. But if you knew with certainty that today was the end of the world, how would you spend that final day? So, for instance, I've always wanted to smash up a bar. Do you know what I mean? It's strange, but I've always wanted the exhilaration of just smashing all those bottles, like you see in a film.
But would you enjoy it as much knowing that you're going to die in 8 hours?
I don't know, I suppose it's the sense of abandon, you know? I mean, maybe I'd murder a person. You know,
Wow.
just see, you know, I don't know, but I think I'd probably go mental.
Because that's
I've
wor-
always been a very reserved person, you know, I've never got into a fight, I've never caused a rumpus.
Yeah, but that's a worrying thought, because we don't have to have the end of the world for it to be the end of your world, because a lot of people know that they're terminally ill, so they don't go around smashing up bars and killing people.
But I suppose I know there'll be no repercussions ultimately, because
They're gonna
the
die
next day
anyway.
everyone's gone, so
Yeah,
there's
so-
not going to be mourning families.
But then how dare you deprive that person of his last 8 hours or 10 hours of life?
I don't care, because it's the last day on Earth.
What would you do?
I've always wanted to kick a duck up the arse.
I should start by just saying, Carl, that the natural world is so diverse that we don't even know how many species there are. With plants and animals, there could be up to 10 million species. There are 37,000 different species of spider alone. What do you think of that?
It's a lot.
It is, isn't
A
it?
lot. But if there's loads of stuff out there that we don't know about, and we don't know what it's doing, is it that important? Is it worth finding them now?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Well, it may give us the key to unlock other mysteries.
A spider won't.
Well, it might do.
A spider won't be unlocking
Well,
any
that-
mysteries.
well, that's
what I mean is the police know about the gangsters, but
Right.
they go, right, we're aware of them, let
Right.
them get on with it. We'll keep our eye on them. And it's the same in the jungle. These spiders, the deadly ones you're aware of. The ones that are just pottering about, you go, don't even worry about them, don't even give them a name. They're not doing anything.
But what if there's another poisonous spider they haven't identified yet, they're lurking in the undergrowth?
I'd be very surprised.
So you'd be very surprised.
I'd be surprised if there was
It
something...
sounds like laziness on your
But
part.
they're
No,
discovering
it's
new
not.
species all the time.
We know about all the dangerous stuff now, because we have to. We live in
No,
a
we
world
don't.
now. We do. We know about a lot of the dangerous stuff. Whenever they find something new now, it's like a new
look-
butterfly or...
Well, no, look at AIDS. When I was a kid, no one had ever heard of AIDS.
Yeah, but that's not a natural thing, is it? That's not like a spider or
What do you mean it's
like
not a natural
ladybird.
thing?
It's not a natural thing. It's not something that's... AIDS hasn't been, like, living under the soil for millions of years, going, I'll wait till the 1980s and I come out and kill a load of people.
No, but it is a
It's a
natural
new thing. It's
Yeah,
new.
Yeah, but loads of animals are new, aren't they? Evolutionary terms. There's new animals in evolution.
I'm sure there's new stuff deep down that's just like, almost like bacteria, sat under the soil, it'll never come to the top, right? It's like having an old woman who's a neighbour. She never goes out, she doesn't bother you. Let her be.
But what if that old neighbour could unlock the secrets to...
I don't think she can.
Just even to us understanding the complexities of the universe, of the
Because-
way things have developed and grown.
Because we know about it.
Well, why would we know about it? Because I never understand, why is it you want to stop researching and studying now? Why is it that you're happy to just draw a line under everything else? What if people had said this back in the 19th century?
We've done this. I think it's someone in the 1900s. We said everything that's going to be invented has been invented. And then look what happened in that century.
Yeah, and I've said to you, look at the stuff that is being invented now. The frisbee and stuff like that. It's all stuff that,
Right.
that you kind of go, it's all right, it's a good idea, but we don't need
Yeah,
it.
but the frisbee wasn't being worked on by the top brains of our generation. That was some novelty toy that some manufacturer made.
Yeah, but it's like, look at the fuss we made over that fella who came up with a Dyson vac. Everyone was like, he's up there with Einstein. Well, he's not. It's a good vac. It cleans up floors well and everything.
Who
but
said he's up there with Einstein?
in
His
one of-
PR people
In one of
did.
those programmes where they did, like, great inventions of our time, it was easy early on. You go, Einstein, you know, Newton did this, Archimedes, Dyson. And that's... and they started to run out, because it is harder to come up with something new now. Because everything that's needed... Remember, the things we've invented are things that we sort of go, we could do with that. Inventors don't sit there going, what can I make? Oh, I need a toaster. They've sat there, they've burnt the toast under the grill, and they've gone, I need some sort of device here.
Well,
that I can
somebody-
put
yeah,
bread
yeah,
in."
yeah.
And what can it do? I'll shake it like
Necessity
that,
is the
and
mother of invention.
Yeah.
However, there are people who sit around going, "Where's a a loophole in the market? Where's a
Well,
niche?"
here's something. About a year ago, I came up with a see-through toaster, so that you can see how much the toast is cooked.
Right.
I found it about 2 months after that. Someone had done it. So I'd just been beaten to the post.
I met a bloke on a conference once who sent a drawing to Blue Peter. It was their designer car of the future, and he sent them a drawing that was a car, and the only innovation was that you can have a shit while driving. And then he put shit goes down pipe, which becomes fuel. They must have looked at that and gone, what a maniac.
I think that's a brilliant... I mean, I've driven a long way. I drove to Cornwall recently, and I would have loved...
But I think he did it when he was
lavatory
about
built into the
9, and he must have thought, oh, I'm being driven to school. Oh, I need the toilet. Wouldn't it be good
But
if
why
this...
hasn't that been done?
What?
Well, like Steve says, I've been in the same situation when you're driving and you go, oh, where's the service station? You see a sign saying 36 miles.
So what?
You're in agony.
So you suggest pull your trousers down and shit down in the seat that's a toilet?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, you got your nan in your back.
She's got one as well.
So you are going to Cornwall all shitting.
Well, not all the time, but it's more useful to me than a lighter.
So also, at
Where
what
do you
point
wash
do
your
you
hands?
wash your hands or
Yeah.
wipe your arse? At what point does that occur?
Oh,
At the
that's
end of the journey.
Oh God! So you get in, you have a shit at Deptford, and you wipe your arse at Polperro.
Yeah, but like I've said to you, this isn't like just people going, oh, I think I'll have one. You need one? Not really, but it's something to do, innit? I'm sick of playing I Spy, I'm having a shit. You have it when you really need one. When you have to pull off a motorway, it's a lot of messing about. There's probably going to be a queue at the toilet. No more queues at toilets.
10 minute break that takes, doesn't it? 10
know,
minutes
yeah.
to
10
pull off,
minutes.
have a quick shit.
Driving along, it's just going on. It's just going on. Don't even know about it. Radio's on, everyone's happy. Doesn't matter. I don't know, I mean, we all do it as well, that's the thing.
Anything else you'd come up with?
There's so many things, chocolate fountain, anything like that. I just go, what are these? Who's invented these? Who's okayed this idea? And yet I can't have a shit on the motorway.
Think of computers.
Yeah, computers are a good thing, and it baffles me as to how they came about. When you think a computer chip is just made out of sand. Now, for someone to come up with that, you go, there must have been some sort of alien involved here.
What do you mean? Why do you think that? So I love it. So the frisbee, rubbish. Anything too clever? Well, it wasn't an invention, it was an alien. So there's nothing between frisbee and computer chip.
What I'm saying is, it's not even an idea, is it?
What do you mean?
A computer chip, where's that come from?
Oh, it's amazing.
Well,
it's astounding, yeah.
So you think it was an alien? What are you talking about?
Great.
Because I can't believe that someone would go, right, I want to make something that will hold information and be able to do... I know, let's use some sand, we've got loads of that. You'd go, what, you don't...
Well, that's what genius is, though,
But
isn't
Carl,
it?
there's no alien involved.
No, but when I say alien, I don't mean an alien came down here and said, you know, oh, do you want to buy this? There could have been a spaceship crash, right?
Right, yeah.
And there's all them rumours, isn't there, in that hangar. They've got the spaceship, they take it apart, they go, yeah, wheels, we've got them, yeah, steering wheel. And then they go, hang on, what's this here?
and they find the chips, and they break it down, and they find
Carl,
the sand.
but the fact that sand makes computer chips is not the interesting thing. The interesting thing is how the human being discovered that, what am I talking about, sand makes computer chips, that silicon can have information put on it. But we're made out of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, do you know what I mean? And hydrogen.
Yeah, but that's nature. You see, nature is amazing. You can't beat nature, right?
No.
It comes up with some amazing things.
Yeah, but man is nature. Don't forget that we're an animal. We're a brilliant ape. We're actually 98.6% genetically identical to a chimpanzee, Carl. Think of that. We only differ on 1.4% of our genetic makeup.
That must be the arse. Because that's a lot different.
Listen, are we going to get Rockbusters out of the way quickly?
Go on then,
Let's do
quick
it
then.
then.
Might as well do it. It's not going to take long, is it?
Go on.
Right then. So, 3 clues and that.
Yeah.
Initials of a band and artist.
Yeah.
You can win some stuff. Steve can go through the.
Ladder 49 better be in there.
Oh, let me check.
Just quickly.
It's ladder 49.
You get on with those clues and I'll tell you what's happening.
And this is the last time. The winner of this.
No, we'll do it again next week.
Oh, is it? And then there'll be 6 people, and we just draw someone out of a hat to win the signed Homer, the Nigel Tufnell, and the Us as Flammals.
Right, you ready
But
then?
they've got great prizes. They've got Alias. They've got
They've got Alias, they've got The Aviator, a Batman cartoon series, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, atrocious film, and Ladder 49, there it is.
Yeah, it's in there.
Joaquin Phoenix, John Travolta. Their greatest challenge lies in rescuing one of their own.
brilliant. Go on then, Carl.
Right, the first one then. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. How can that work? What's going on there? The initials there. I-H. Right? It's a band or an artist or a singer. Something like that. I-H. They're the initials, the clue.
I've got it.
When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. Right?
I've got it.
Right then. Well, don't say anything. Works, doesn't it?
No.
Second one, that garden tool, it's not yours. What are you doing with it? Right?
Yeah.
That garden tool you're messing about with there, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Give it back. Right?
What's that?
ND. ND. Right? Artist or a band. What's going on there? Right? Third one, that male sheep sounds fed up. Why is he fed up? Right? TR. TR's the initials. That male sheep sounds fed up. What's going on? If you know the answers to them 3, email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, or you can text in 83XFM. Right?
Great prizes. You can win yourself a copy of Ladder 49.
Well, come on then.
Well, let's do Rockbusters, aren't
Yeah,
we?
do Rockbusters. And you got Monkey News.
Well, we'll see if we've got time.
No, we got to do Monkey News.
Listen though, Justin, if he's out in the office.
Oh, look, just quick, do the
Right,
Rockbusters
listen, right.
answers then.
Have you got a winner?
No, I don't even know the answers,
we'll
do I?
pick one. Alright then, the first one. right.
it's
I just got
chaos.
the plastic cup.
Right, the
Go on.
first one was, when I'm ill,
Yeah.
I throw up horse food. Right?
Yeah.
That's the clue. The initials were I-H.
I got this one.
And that
I
was,
must say, too.
that was I sick haze, because when you're ill, you're sick. What do horses eat? They eat hay. I sick haze. I sick haze is the answer. You got that. Second one, that garden tool. That garden tool you've got, it's not yours. What are you doing with it? Right? ND.
That was different.
That was what's a garden tool? A rake. Right? If it's not yours, what have you done? You've nicked it. You've nicked Drake. You've nicked that rake. Nick Drake. Nick Rake. Right? So that's ND. So you got that.
I don't know where
That's
to start.
fine, no, that's fine, that's fine.
The third one, that male sheep sounds well fed up.
Go on.
What's up with it? That was TR. That was that ram. It's a ram. That's a male sheep. It's fed up. It's moaning. Ramones. The Ramones. So they got that as well.
Foo Fighters. Best of You on XFM 104.9. Alright, Carl, you calm down now about science.
It just does me head in, a lot of this stuff. I think I would have been better off sort of growing up in the 1940s or something.
Why?
Where there isn't as much science going on, people just live, don't they, for the moment.
So
You know what I mean?
well, what if you'd had to go to the war?
What?
What if
Alright,
you-
maybe 1945, then I'd be happier. Just after the war. Just that bit after the war and before they started
What
messing
age?
about.
What year would you want to be born?
When was the war over?
45.
Right. 46 then.
But there's
Born
rationing.
46.
There's rationing for another 10 years.
56, then.
But there's a lot of science going on.
Oh, forget it. It just annoys me, all the messing about. They're always messing about with stuff, and I sometimes think, is it doing any good? Is what I mean. Mouse with ears, mouse with monkey's testicles. They're messing about with a mammoth now.
Go on.
Well, they're just saying, well, they're managing to knock one together.
Who
And you just think, some scientist somewhere.
Andy.
No, but it's just, I mean, we've done it before about the do we need them thing. The amount of creatures and insects and that are knocking about. You got that caterpillar that I mentioned walking about, it doesn't know where it's going. Get rid of them. The mammoth. The world's busy enough, it's crowded, it's overcrowded now. How much room are they going to take up? Do you know what I mean?
Why are they doing it, Carl? Do you know? All you know is that they're trying to muck around with
because they can, because that's all it is, isn't it? Because they can. You're messing about, someone's being paid to do stuff.
What else are we here for? If not to try stuff out. What else are we here for?
What do you mean?
Well, what are we here for?
Just to enjoy life, isn't it?
Well, some scientists enjoy knocking a mammoth together.
No, but don't worry about the mammoth. It died out. Maybe it died out for a reason. Why didn't Noah save it if it was important?
Because Noah, what do you mean? Noah's not true, is it?
Well, I don't know. There might have been some truth in it.
What truth in it? That he put 2 of every animal that existed into an ark. How big was this then? Why didn't they eat each other?
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying.
Imagine the noise, Carl.
Yeah.
No,
Trying to get a bit of kit there.
There's points to that where I go, that didn't happen, because where could he have been where there was a hamster and an elephant and a crocodile? Where was he? Do you know what I mean?
But none of it's
saying,
true. What bit do you believe?
What do you mean?
It got a bit wet.
What are we talking about? The mammoth or the...
No. What is up with you?
No, it's just that we had a lot...
seriously, have you got brain damage?
No, it's just that we had a lot of topics going on there. I just don't know which...
We were talking about Noah. And then you suddenly go, I know where to be, what, the mammoth or Noah, what? What you did, none of it's true. What, think of it. Oh, God. Think of the first thing. Build an ark. Alright.
Could I just clarify, what's an ark?
It's a big boat thing.
Right. I've never had any experience of carpentry.
Just build a big boat thing.
But I don't make...
Just have a go, don't worry, you'll be alright, I'll make sure it's alright.
But once I've built that, I mean, how big shall I build it? What am I...
Very big, it needs every animal, 2 of every animal, go on. Every animal.
I mean, the boat building, fair enough.
I told you to make it big.
Right.
Don't worry about the fish, they can swim.
Okay, but so
all the birds. Get the flightless ones though, they're drowned. Get the flightless ones, they would, not the penguins, they're flightless but they can swim. But all other animals...
I should be writing this down.
But why, I mean, wouldn't you have took that opportunity to go, right, forget the, whatever. Mind you, the jellyfish didn't need to get in it, did it? But there's other animals where you can
We don't need to be here.
No.
Because Carl is actually having a little argument with his own head. It's like, you remember that comic strip, The Numbskulls?
Yeah.
Where there's loads of people in there doing different stuff, that he can hear them.
Yeah.
And sometimes his own mind puts him off.
Yeah.
Like just then, he has an argument with himself and it puts him off. Right, what's your question?
I'm just saying, don't mess about with a mammoth.
Whoa,
good.
Okay.
Well, what a platform, it's good. We've got a radio show, got our own radio show. People are spending money to advertise it, people are actually bothering to listen, and the words of wisdom coming out of your mouth is don't mess around with a mammoth.
Brilliant.
Great.
No, but just going back to...
You sound just like Bob Geldof.
I can't be bothered with this.
He's trying to say...
What can't you be bothered with?
Just because I think I've got a good point.
What? Don't mess around with a mammoth?
That's not a point.
Don't put your daughter on the stage, missing word. What are you talking about?
It's just that I think there's too many animals knocking about. I mean, I know you love your cat and what have you. Waste of time, though. What do they do?
Well, they frighten you.
Well, yours is mental, though, isn't it?
He's sitting there, and the cat ran behind him, and he nearly shut himself.
Well, your cat is crazy. It does go for it. It loves... Because it's got claws, big old claws.
Of course they have, it's a cat.
Yeah, but no, most cats don't come leaping at your ghoulies every time you sit down with a lovely warm hot cup of tea.
Aren't they pointless, though, Steve?
Well, I've always had a problem with pets generally. The idea of
But
pets.
cats the most. I was saying to Ricky about, I don't know why, out of all the animals that Dick Whittington could have took with him on his journey.
Again!
Forget the cat. Forget it. What's he gonna do?
Okay, you've got to walk to London because the streets are paved with gold. You can take any animal. What do you take?
It wouldn't be a cat, because it would keep wandering off. You do double the distance. Trying to get it back. Come here. They don't listen to you. I can't be dealing with them.
I agree that you don't get enough affection back from a cat. A dog, it loves you, it can't get enough of you. But cats, they're very snooty.
Well, they're cool, aren't they, cats? They're cool, independent. I like dogs as well, I like all animals. What would you take with you?
What if I was Dick Whittington?
Yeah.
And where's he walking from? Like,
I don't know, wasn't it Bristol to London or something? I don't know. Again, it's a bit hazy. This isn't well documented.
But couldn't he, I mean, why is he taking a pet and not a mate who... I'm not interested. I try and learn and you don't help.
There's a track from the new Amy Mann album, The Forgotten Arm. It's called She Really Wants You. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Agent Karl Pilkington.
Brilliant. Talking about technology, sometimes being a waste of time. Yeah. You know, when you came round the other night, before you came round, I'm sitting there, just at the computer. It's a hot day, wasn't it? As you know, I was in my shorts. I was tucked in. I didn't get them out till you came round. Just my own business. Jane got some wax strips, and she went, "Oh, let me just do your back." I went, "No. Right, I haven't got a hairy back. I've got a couple of wispy hairs on my shoulders, probably about 20 either side. Nothing to worry about. It's not like I look one of those people that's like a gorilla on the beach."
I assume your back looks a little bit like Carl's head.
Exactly, yeah. And she went, "Let me just do this." I went, "No." She put it on my back, and she ripped it off. I went, "Forget it." She went, "I've got to do the other side now." I said, "Forget it." Oh God, I let her do the other side. It's ridiculous. It's so painful, and I've hardly got any hairs on the back, right?